What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into the awesome subreddit r/ChoosingBeggars. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Picky Homeless Man, posted by user Ambies Everywhere. The other day, I was headed home from work, and I just got Taco Bell. I decided to stop at a liquor store, and a homeless man asked for some money for food. This is how the conversation went. Sorry, man, I don't have any cash. I do have an extra burrito, though. What kind of burrito? Rice and bean burrito. Nah, man, I'm good. But can't you just buy me a pizza with your debit card from Pizza Hut? I was shocked and asked him if he was really turning down free food, and he just said yeah and asked again for Pizza Hut. Good old Los Angeles. I don't know. I have to be in the mood for a burrito, but when you're that hungry, I don't think you'd be turning down anything. Oh, shit. I kind of feel bad when I feel bad reading these homeless people, like the actual literal Choosing Beggar posts, because I mean, I know the subreddit was created for this reason, but I feel so bad sometimes because like I just want to help those people, you know? Oh. Just do it for me. I'm your friend. Posted by user GeckoMom69. Some context here. Fake friend. Hangs out with my friends group. I hang out with him from time to time, but he's repeatedly taken advantage of my hospitality. A month ago, I was messing around and did a Joker makeup for him. No charge, my supplies, and again on Halloween with makeup he bought. I thought it would be fine. Sure, he made some nasty comments while I was doing it, but I dismissed it as his frustration with the makeup, which was cheap and bad compared to what I'd used for the first time. I never asked him to pay me for it and honestly wanted nothing to do with him anymore. Now, on to the story. Fake friend, douchebag, me, molecular energy is the cast. I wake up today to a message from fake friend on Snapchat asking if I could do the Joker makeup again for a photo shoot. I don't have the conversation anymore. Didn't save it like an idiot, but it basically went like this. Fake friend. Do you still have all the makeup from Halloween that I left at your house? I need you to do my makeup again. My friend, douchebag, wanted to do a photo shoot. He loved my Joker costume. Me. I still have it, yes. I don't know if I want to do the makeup again, though. You haven't credited me for any of it. Fake friend. Can you get better makeup? The other makeup sucked. And do you have the hair dye still? AN. We used spray hair dye for this costume. Me. I can send you some better face paint brands to look for and some good cheap powders so it won't smear everywhere. And I still have the hair dye. Skip forward a little discussion of paints and he pulls this. Fake friend. So, can you buy the powder and stuff? I'm out of town and can't. Me. Sorry. You guys aren't even paying me, so no. I can't purchase this stuff that I won't use again. I can always use the same makeup as before. Fake friend. What the fuck? Why would we pay you? Me. Because it's my time? Fake friend. Well, I'm your friend. Can't you do it for me? Me. No. Sorry. I've done it twice for you, for free, and ended up using my supplies too. Fake friend, after a couple more tries at talking me out of it. Well, douchebag will pay you. Fake friend, after making another jab at me about how they aren't professionals and shouldn't pay me, gives me the douchebag's number. I text him. Here's our conversation. Me. Hi, douchebag name. This is GeckoMom69. I'm the girl doing fake friend's makeup. I'm here to discuss my pay. Nice to meet you. Douchebag. Hi, how are you? Me. I'm good. How are you? Douchebag. I'm fine. Why do you want to get paid? What did fake friend tell you? Me. I'm asking for pay because this is my time and work, and I've already done it twice with no pay or credit. I'm only asking $15. Fake friend said that you'd pay me. Douchebag. Yeah, but that seems greedy. Me. It seems greedy to me to ask me to do work for you and purchase supplies with no reimbursement or payment. I'm only asking for $15 and a partial reimbursement if I end up purchasing supplies for you. Fake friend. 15? I can do 8. Me. Then I can't help you. Skip some bartering and more attempts at guilting me. Highlight being, he's out of town, so you have to buy the supplies. And we've established that they'll pay me and reimburse me for the supplies. I put together a small list. Snazroo paint and air-spun powder. Cheap, but good. Because I still wanted him to have good photos. Big mistake. I sent him the list and prices. The supplies were going to be $21. Me. Alright, here's the list of supplies. Douchebag. So you want $21? Me. Plus the $15 fee for my time and work. Douchebag. You're making it sound like we're some big company and we're giving you $15. Be grateful we're giving you money. Me. I'm doing a service for you. Be grateful I'm doing this work for you. I don't have to do this, and I'm not asking for much. Honestly, I don't want to do this anymore. You're both acting like I'm asking for a lot, and I'm not. I'm not doing this. Find someone else. Douchebag. You just want $25? Fake friend said you want to be paid every minute. Me. I want to get paid for my time. Douchebag. Then you're getting $25. Me. Bold of you to assume I'm changing my mind on this. After this, he pestered me a little more, but I'm not changing my stance. The second time I did fake friend's makeup, he complained non-stop about it and me and acted as if I'd never touched makeup in my life. He's never credited me, and he's never even teased the idea of paying me. I feel kind of like an asshole, but this isn't the first time he's pulled a stunt and acted like he didn't do anything wrong. Okay. So in my personal opinion, if it was a friend, I wouldn't be charging them to do their makeup. Charging them for supplies, definitely. Because, I mean, if they're your friends, then they understand that this is benefiting them, so it should come out of their pocket. It's not like I'm going to go and be able to use it later on. I don't use other people's makeup. It's fucking gross. I don't use makeup, period. Oh, no. You guys do not want to see my face. Yeah, you will not be seeing me on any beauty YouTube channels anytime soon. I can tell you that. I don't know. Like, I complain a lot about people asking me to make things for them. But the flip side of that is I think I might do it to myself because I'm always making things and just randomly giving them to people. Like, not like I make something and be like, oh, I don't want this, I'm giving it. No, I specifically make things for people with them in mind, and I give them away. And they don't know it's coming usually. But that's my choice. That's my choice to spend that money on that person and my time. This is different. This is not going to, benefit this person in the slightest. The guy doesn't credit him for the makeup, nothing. So this definitely seems like a fake friend in my books. What do you guys think? Dude tries to get me to take less than what the product actually costs. Posted by user Chrissy Chris Clo. This is a short one, but still makes me laugh and roll my eyes. Me. Duh. Choosing Beggar Man. Awesome manager. These are the cast. Okay, so a bit of background here. I work as a sales associate employee at a high-end movie theater. I am the front counter person. I sell tickets, popcorn, etc. One of our most popular items is the annual bucket. It's a plastic bucket that you can keep and bring into our theater and get it cheaper than our paper buckets. It's nice. Anyone can buy it, but, of course, it's expensive. So when it goes on sale, it sells like crack, and it went on sale back in September because their year's almost over. There's also a lid for the bucket, but here's the catch. It's sold separately for $1.79 plus taxes. Honestly, probably one of the cheapest things you can get. So yeah, That's what this is going to be about. So it's a slow afternoon on a weekday, and I'm at the counters. One of my managers is there, and a couple other associates are in the back. I'm sweeping popcorn and doing other things like building nacho boxes when this much older man comes in. He looks very grumpy and clearly annoyed, and he had the bucket. I heard the door opening and saw him coming to the counter, so I put on my best customer service attitude and asked him the most customer service thing ever. Me. Yes, sir. How may I help you today? The man holds up the bucket and puts it on the counter. Choosing Beggar. Yes, I didn't get a lid, and my wife and I got this bucket last week and saw other people with lids. I would like a lid. I then proceeded to pull one of the lids from the back counter, and I pressed the lid button on the register. Me. That will be $1.93, sir. Are you paying with cash or card today? I swear, this dude gave me a look like I had just told him his wife was dead or something. It was priceless. Choosing Beggar. What? But we bought the bucket, so it shouldn't cost anything. That can't be right. Me. I am sorry for the inconvenience, sir, but the lid is sold separately from the bucket. You have to specifically ask for one. Choosing Beggar. That's like going to a restaurant and buying a meal, but the drink costs extra. I'm giving you $1, nothing more. I'm baffled at this point, but remain calm as he tries to shove $1 in my face. Me. I am sorry, sir, but I can't take less than for what the lid is priced at. I still would need 93 cents. Choosing Beggar. Let me speak to your manager. That's when I go to the manager right behind me at the popcorn machine and tell her the situation. She's super awesome and handles it well. Manager. What seems to be the problem, sir? Choosing Beggar. Why does the lid cost that much? I already bought the bucket, so I should get the lid. Manager. Sir, I don't know what to tell you. We only sell them. We don't make the prices or the rules. He then gives up at this point. I guess what she said made him throw in the towel. Choosing Beggar. Fine, just give me the lid. He then pays for the lid as he complains under his breath. After he leaves, my manager just turns to me. Manager. What does he expect? For us to cough up 93 cents? I then tell her everything he said, and we had a good laugh about it, and thought about how ridiculous it was. Especially that rant about the restaurant and the drink costing extra. Like, man, that's all restaurants. I can't believe someone tried to force me to take less than it actually was. We would get into trouble if our register was short. That's common sense, man. I'm pretty sure he only bought it because his wife was begging for the lid, and we weren't gonna back down. So, this is stupid as fuck that you guys sell the lid separately. Come on. That is just clearly capitalism right there. That's fucked. Like, what do you need the lids for otherwise? Do they go to something else? Like, you know, then you're gonna have a bunch of leftover lids instead of, I don't know. I mean, obviously nothing against OP because they don't make the rules. They're just working for a company, but I think that's really fucked. That's really fucked. That's like a blatant middle finger to your guests. That's like buying a drink and then having to pay extra for the cup it's in at the restaurant. So you could still go back to that restaurant analogy. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Or you have to pay for the takeaway container, you know? Like, I've never had to pay for a takeaway container. So, given it's probably custom printed and all that, but still, come on. Like, $2 for a lid? That's, come on. Oh, fuck. Bottle girl at club not happy with $150 in tips. Okay, so this past Saturday, I went out to a club with my girlfriend and a few of her friends, 6 of us total. We went out for my girlfriend's birthday and decided to split the cost of a table. We were all 21 or 22-year-olds, so this was a fairly large deal, money-wise. I also decided to cover the initial bill at the beginning as part of my present to girlfriend. Now, this may seem daunting, money-wise, but we did have $500 in alcohol credit, so that helped. So we got there and situated and ended up ordering a bottle of Tito's vodka and Belair Rose, as well as ended up buying 6 Red Bulls and 6 bottles of water for the table, of which I didn't decide on and was unaware was an extra charge. So the bill comes, and they initially try to charge me $880 for all of that. $450 for the Tito's, $250 for the Belair, and $42 for the Red Bull, and another $42 for the waters, as well as table fees/service fees and taxes. Now, this is definitely a higher end club, so it is what it is, and I asked the girl to apply the $500 of credit, and she brings the bill back, and it's $380. Okay, wasn't expecting to pay that much, but that's life. Made the decision to just go to the bar for drinks after I saw the bill initially. Now I give the bottle girl the $380, and she points out how tips are not included, and the suggested amounts are on the bottom. These amounts are based off of the $880, and there's no way I'm giving her $190, which they were trying to pass as 20%. So I gave her $100 as a tip, over 25% of what I'm paying. Now, this is where I get annoyed. The choosing beggar counts out the cash and says to me, You only want to tip me $100? Now I'm baffled and just respond with, yeah, I want money to drink more later. And that's it. But I'm just shocked. $100 just to bring over a couple of bottles is way more money than you need. Now, they do linger and pour drinks, but lady, I don't need you to do that. / still not worth paying you $100. Feel like that 25% tip is still more than enough. Now, as the night goes on, we have just been using the bar, but as my girlfriend starts to get drunk, the bottle girl ends up getting her to order another bottle of champagne. At this point, I'm annoyed because I don't want to pay that, but it ends up being $280 for the bottle and fees, so I give her $50 for that, slightly under 20%, but still the way you got that order is scummy. Now I give her $50 cash and pay the $280 on my girlfriend's card. And when she brings it back, she's hassling my girlfriend trying to get her to tip another $150. Now I just gave this girl $150 total just to bring some bottles over and pour a few drinks. Which, you don't gotta do that, I can do that myself. And is still trying to milk another $150 off of me. At this point, I'm fed up and just tell her to cancel the order, and she keeps asking, "Are you sure? We get tipped more than this all the time." I say, "Yes, I'm sure," and ask for my $50 back as well, and this girl is appalled. The cancellation came after she even brought another bottle girl over to try and get us to tip more, So pretty much in total, I tipped $150 on a $660 worth of alcohol/service, which is more than 20%. And this lady really complained and tried to get more, so she only got $100 in the end. TLDR, bottle girl at club upset at tip of over 25% on initial bill, thinking I would tip on the bill before credit was applied, and proceeded to try and get more money off my girlfriend when another order was placed and she was tipped the proper 20% and thus lost $50 of her tip money for the night from cancellation of order. Literally could have made an extra $50 that night by walking a bottle to my table and pouring a couple of drinks, but instead wanted to be a choosing beggar. Edit. Let me clarify that I'm not complaining about the price of things. I literally thought this fit this sub due to her asking me to tip her more after giving her what I thought was more than a fair tip for the work she was doing, as it is literally such an easy job, easier than a server at a restaurant. I've always tipped under the impression of that it's based on performance. If you do a bad job / don't deserve the tip, then I'll tip less. I'll tip you well if you do an excellent job. If you disagree because I didn't tip on the full bill before the credit applied, then I respect that. And if you want to try to use the YTA in your response, great. But I'm not looking for you to insult and berate me. You will be met with the same rudeness. Edit 2. I love how this turned into an Am I the Asshole post, laughing my ass off. Also, it ain't a gift card. Half y'all clearly haven't been to a club. They comp you on a certain amount of alcohol if you buy a table. When I reserved and paid for the table, it came with a certain dollar amount of free drinks, which you use how you'd like. Obviously, if that's all I used, I would tip on that. But I spent $400 more than what the credit was and tipped what I felt like was more than a fair amount. Also, y'all really gotta look up what tipping entails because everyone's acting like it's required. It's not whatsoever, and it's at the discretion of the customer. And in customer service, you never ask the customer to tip you. Never mind to continuously beg for it, and especially trying to get someone else in my party who is clearly intoxicated to tip you a large amount. That's just straight scummy. Holy fuck. So people must have been tearing him apart in these comments here. So definitely choosing beggar. Definitely am I the asshole? Because I'm sure all of you that have worked in service industry know when it comes to tipping, you're supposed to tip on the full initial amount because that food, is covering the cost. So I suck at math. I suck at explaining it. It works out in my head how I'm trying to come out and say it. It's like there's a certain amount of labor involved in each pricing scheme, each bottle, each, servers and hostess bartenders, they get paid below minimum wage. They don't get minimum wage. They rely on these tips to survive. So when they're working a higher end club, like you say, they're going to expect a good tip. But if he's saying 20%, I don't know what the current tipping percentage is. 20% to me sounds like a good tip. Let's see if that was 20% here. Okay, so yeah. 25% of $380 would be $95. So him tipping $150 is pretty generous. So he's not the asshole, but the way he's talking about this person's job and how easy it is what makes him the asshole. Get what I'm saying? Being a server is not easy, and can you imagine the amount of sexual assault that girl must experience on a day-to-day basis working there? You know what I'm saying? So it's not an easy job. You can't say it's an easy job, and you don't know what happened between her trip from the bar to get your drinks to your table. What happened in between those 2 points. You don't know what her job is like. So I'm sorry, my friend, that does make you the asshole. The service industry is a hard industry to be in. But I definitely agree. She is a choosing beggar, and she got way more than, really appropriate. Unless you base it on the $880, and then 25% of that would have been $220. But again, if he makes it seem as simple as it was, just I don't know. See, this one has got me all twisted because I don't know. What do you? Let's hear what you guys think in this one because it's all over the place. It's like, should they be tipped on the full amount? Or should they be tipped on the total that they have to pay? Let me hear what you all think. Because clearly I'm having a war in my brain right now, and I don't know whose side I'm taking. Choosing beggar moves in with a friend, but refuses to pay the last share of the rent before moving out. Posted by user Evie_19020. This has been happening to a close friend of mine recently, and I feel it deserves to be here. Sorry for mistakes. I'm on mobile, and I'm really annoyed for my friend. TLDR at the end. The characters: Choosing Beggar and Close Friend. Some backstory. Choosing Beggar was recently kicked out of her parents' house and asked to move in with Close Friend, even though Close Friend isn't supposed to let people stay at her house. Choosing Beggar and close friend had an agreement that Choosing Beggar would pay $100 a fortnight for rent, since that's all she could apparently afford. Now Choosing Beggar was a terrible housemate. She would make a lot of mess and refuse to clean it up. She would eat most of the food in the house, so close friend had almost no food for herself. Choosing Beggar invited friends over without asking or telling close friend first. She borrowed money from close friend and still hasn't paid it back. And this was all within a week of Choosing Beggar moving in with close friend. Close friend was also working hard to help Choosing Beggar get a house of her own, but Choosing Beggar couldn't be bothered with making appointments with housing workers, and when appointments were made, Choosing Beggar was either late or didn't go at all simply because she couldn't be bothered. The story. Now, about a week or so ago, Choosing Beggar hadn't slept at close friend's house at all, but had to go back about 4 times to pick up more clothes and such. A few days ago, close friend gets a text from Choosing Beggar that Choosing Beggar will be moving out very soon and will come back to collect all her things. Close friend is okay with that and actually relieved that Choosing Beggar is leaving. Until close friend asks for Choosing Beggar to pay the rent that Choosing Beggar owes from the previous week. Choosing Beggar says she shouldn't have to pay the money since she wasn't staying in the house for the whole week. Close friend tries explaining to Choosing Beggar that she needs to pay her share of the rent just like if Choosing Beggar's name was on the lease, and other variations of that sort of thing. Choosing Beggar eventually agrees to pay her share of the rent on the weekend, but after the weekend has come and gone, Choosing Beggar changes her mind and decides she doesn't want to pay for the rent. The same argument as before goes on for a while with close friend trying to get Choosing Beggar to see reason, especially since close friend needs that money for bills and food since Choosing Beggar wasted a lot of water, electricity, and ate most of the food that was bought. Choosing Beggar says that the bills and food is not her problem and won't pay the money to close friend. Choosing Beggar eventually loosens up a bit, tries only paying $30 since close friend was keeping all of Choosing Beggar's stuff at her house, but close friend still says Choosing Beggar needs her to pay her full share of the rent. This continues until close friend threatens to file a small claims case against Choosing Beggar to attempt to get the money that close friend is rightly owed. Choosing Beggar then tries to pay close friend $50 this week and then $50 next payday, but since Choosing Beggar has shown she obviously can't manage her money, Choosing Beggar relies on other friends to pay for her phone bill and bus pass while Choosing Beggar wastes all of her money on alcohol, cigarettes, eating out, and the occasional bag of pot. Close friend doesn't accept the deal and asks for it all up front. This angers Choosing Beggar, who then says that close friend can't take legal action since close friend's housing don't allow long-term guests and because there is no written agreement about the rent. By the way, all this arguing is over text messages, so close friend has proof of this agreement and that Choosing Beggar has been keeping her stuff at close friend's house, not to mention close friend's housing worker was made aware that Choosing Beggar was living with close friend and was trying to help Choosing Beggar get a house of her own. Close friend then switches to a new tactic. Close friend then reminds Choosing Beggar that close friend is legally within her rights to withhold Choosing Beggar's stuff until she is paid what she is rightly owed. And if Choosing Beggar doesn't pay up, then close friend is legally allowed to sell or throw out Choosing Beggar's stuff. Choosing Beggar then gets even more angry and says that she won't pay anything to close friend. Choosing Beggar is now currently ignoring both threats of legal action or withholding Choosing Beggar's property, and close friend and I are meeting up tomorrow as well with a much older, wiser, and experienced adult to discuss how to properly deal with Choosing Beggar. I may post updates depending on how this proceeds, and if Choosing Beggar does or says anything else. TLDR. Choosing Beggar moves in with friend, but refuses to pay her share of the last week's worth of rent before moving out, even when friend threatens legal action to withhold Choosing Beggar's stuff from Choosing Beggar. Oh my god. Like, there had to have been signs that this person was like this. This person's a user. If this is in fact a real story, that is. I'm getting so skeptical with all these lately, but You would have to have seen signs beforehand of this person being this way. Why did you let them into your house? Like, this person, I'm sorry, their values didn't just change overnight. People don't just change, like, giving, loving people one day and the very next eating everything in your house and saying, not my problem. Like, I don't know. Either that or they're just master manipulators and just know how to hide it really well. I don't know. Oh, that's brutal. If this is true, that's brutal. It finally happened. Choosey plus Beggar, in my opinion. I promise it's good. Posted by user DJ_Menyo. So I, 34, work on my cars as a hobby. I have an okay shop. I always have tinkered with stuff since childhood. A good friend I used to work with, Paul, 26, lives in apartments and has a nice truck. Rims, paint dropped, etc. That he brings from time to time to do routine stuff or upgrades. We work on stuff together. He usually brings the parts and some beer/food. He always pays for my time/tools. Regardless. His cousin, Jessica, 24, has a BMW 5 Series and needed routine maintenance. She asked Paul to do the stuff for her. He told her that he doesn't have tools and that I usually help him work on his truck. This part is key to the events that happened. Paul ended up calling me at work, asking to help his cousin. Being a friend, I asked to leave the car at my house with the keys and parts and that I do it after work. So I get home yesterday and see a BMW in my driveway. I changed clothes and went out to the shop, prepped all the stuff, jacks, tools, etc., and went out to the driveway to pull in the car. Once inside the car, I didn't see anything. Oil, filters, belts, etc. Nothing. I sat confused, thinking it might be in the trunk. Nope. So I call Paul. He gives me her number, and this is how it went. Me. Hello, is this Jessica? Jessica. Yeah? Me. Listen, I'm the guy who was going to do the work on your car. Jessica. Oh, hi. Me. What does this car need done? Did you bring the parts? Because I didn't see anything. Jessica. Paul said you were going to do that. Me. No, I will do the labor, but I don't even know what this car needs done. You need to bring the stuff to me. Jessica. Paul said that you do that. Me. Again, I do the labor, but someone needs to bring me the parts. Jessica, audibly upset. Don't you work on Paul's truck? Me. Yeah. Jessica. So, you work for Paul, and I'm his favorite cousin. You need to do the stuff on my car, or I'll tell Paul. Me. The fuck? Listen, Paul always buys the parts. Also, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. If you want this done, then you need to bring me the parts, just like Paul. Otherwise, I'm going to pull the car out to the curb, and you can come get it. Jessica. How much is it going to cost? Me. I don't know what you need. If it's just oil and filter, then you're looking at around $30 to $50, depending on what kind you want. Jessica. That's a ripoff. I can get it cheaper at the BMW place. Me. Listen, you are more than welcome to go over there and have it done by them. I'll go ahead and pull the car out front. Click. Not 10 minutes later, Paul calls. Paul. Hey, what's going on? My cousin called and said that you're refusing to do the work. Me. Hey man, what's up? Nah, I'm not refusing to do the work. I'm refusing to pay for the parts. The car was in my driveway without any parts. I don't know what she wants done. Paul. What the fuck? Gosh, she is dumb. I'm sorry. I'll go and drop off the parts. Sorry for the hassle. Me. Tell her she is lucky because 10 more minutes and I was about to drive it out front and leave it there. About 30 minutes later, Paul arrives with the parts, oil and filter, and pays me money while apologizing again. About 45 minutes later, I text Paul and tell him to let his cousin know that she can get the car in another 30 minutes. It'll be out front in case I'm not home. 30 to 40 minutes later, she arrives as I'm in my shop. I hear a loud screech from the girl I assume is Jessica. Jessica. What the fuck? I thought thought you were going to fix my car. I began walking out front, wondering what the fuck is she talking about? Jessica, I'm calling Paul right fucking now. Me, hey, Jessica, everything okay? Jessica, you just wait till Paul gets here. What are you talking about? Jessica, where are the things you were going to do to my car? You didn't do anything. Me, what things are you talking about? I did the oil/filter change. Jessica, Paul said you were going to fix my car. I open the hood and show her the clean dipsticks and oil, and then point to the tote with the used oil that came out. She still goes on and on about fixing the car, and at one moment she points at the wheels. She ended up going and sitting in the car she came in with somebody else while on the phone with whom I assume is Paul. They end up driving off, leaving the BMW. Then it hit me. Did she think I was going to do upgrades to this car? About 30 minutes later, Paul is pulling up with Jessica in tow, flying out of the passenger side. I'm still in my shop facing the car. Jessica, Paul, your mechanic didn't do anything to my car. Paul, what are you talking about? Jessica, yeah, look, it looks the same. He didn't do anything. Don't pay him. You need to fire him. Did this chick actually think I work for Paul? Paul, what are you talking about? He did the oil change. That's what you paid for. Jessica, I didn't want that. I wanted it to look good. I want my money back. You need to fire him and not pay him. Paul, visibly upset. What the fuck are you talking about? He doesn't work for me. I live in a shitty apartment, have an old truck. He owns his cars and owns a house with an actual shop. He is a good friend and helps me work on my truck. You paid for routine maintenance, which is oil and filter, not wheels. If you wanted wheels, you need to pony up another $1,000 or $2,000. Jessica had the confused Pikachu look. She takes her keys and drives off as I'm having trouble holding in my laughter. As soon as she goes around the corner, Paul bursts out laughing, and I could not hold it in anymore. Edit typos. Damn autocorrect. What the fuck? Is this for real? Is this for real? Is this fucking for real? She thought $50 was a lot just for oil and filter? But I want it to look good. Yeah, you better start learning how to chrome dip and learn how to do auto body work and, you know, restoring rims and shit like that, because that's the only way you're gonna get anything under $50. And I guess not even then, because you probably have to go pay for schooling to learn how to do all that. But yeah, sucks to your ass, mar bitch. Anybody who got that reference is getting a mental high five from me right now. All right, my dudes, and the last story I have for you today is called No, I'm Not Buying 2 Full Meals for You, But You Aren't Seeing the Bigger Picture. Posted by user Jason_Wolf. Kinda short. Here's the cast. Me, Choosing Beggar, aka Cuntish Brother. Choosing Beggar. Are you going out? Me. Yeah. Currently in the process of gathering wallet, keys, while fully dressed for the cold. Choosing Beggar. Are you going to buy something to eat? Me. Yeah? Did you want something? Immediately regretting the offer. Choosing Beggar. Walks out of the room and returns, handing me a coupon for a local burger chain. Get me this. Me. I wasn't planning on spending this much. I just wanted to stop by Wendy's for an order of nuggets and some fries. Choosing Beggar. But this is cheap. I'll just get 2 meals, one I can have now, and maybe one for dinner. Which is bullshit because he'll eat it all, then bitch about feeling sick. Me. It's more than I want to spend, and I don't have a lot of money right now. Choosing Beggar. But you aren't seeing the bigger picture. I want something heavy for my stomach. Plus, you'll save a lot of money with this coupon. I really wouldn't. It would have, at most, taken about $3 from the total without the coupon. And even then, I'd be spending more than twice what I would be spending on myself. Me. What if I get you the buy one, get one special for your burger? Choosing Beggar. Does it come with fries and a drink? Me. No. Already knowing what his response will be. Choosing Beggar. Then I don't want it. I want 2 full meals because it's cheaper. This goes around and around, with me stating I don't want to spend that much money and it's too expensive, while he insists that I get him what he wants. Me. I could not get you anything at all if you're going to be like that. Choosing Beggar. Whatever. Slinks off to his room to play on the PS4. Me, now pissed off and no longer in the mood to go out and get food, decides to stay home and make a sandwich with some chips instead. Choosing Beggar barges into my room not even 5 minutes later. Did you go? Me, no. Choosing Beggar slams my door and stomps down the hall to the kitchen and begins to, very loudly, make himself something to eat. I.e., shutting fridge door so hard it rattles everything inside, slamming jar down on a counter, slamming utensil drawer, etc., then stomps to his room and slams his own door. Oh god. I don't even know what to say about this one. I love his reasoning, like, I want 2 because it's cheaper, and he's not even paying for it, so why is that your reasoning? Oh my god. But at the same time, again, it's stories like this that just make me love my siblings. All right, my dudes, that's all the stories I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting that little bell icon to be notified when I have other videos just like this, so you never miss one. And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description, so head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. And while you're in the enchanted land of Reddit, don't forget to stop on over to r/Reddit Fairy and post your stories, my dudes. Create a Reddit account if you haven't already. Submit your stories and they will show up in my next episode. So until next time, stay classy, my dudes.